the interesting research issues started to come into focus, and instead of like stepping back and now cycling, iterating and shooting for the longer term research at that point, we just had more and more mucks, and people started to play follow the leader. Whoever had the paradigm that worked best in the last muck, like fastest in one muck, next time more sites showed up that had fastest lookalikes. And that's just been happening where people haven't been showing up with anything new or are willing to take risky approaches that might cause them to kind of fall flat on their face. So it's prime time for a paradigm shift. And I think people are this has gone on long enough that people are so restricted in their thinking that they're not thinking out of the box, if you can suffer that metaphor. People are kind of at a loss as to how to go about this next. Precisely because even though we've hit our limit, people's memories aren't so bad that they don't remember that the knowledge-based approach just didn't work at all, really.
About what you were saying about how to get out of that 50% range and the problems you might have in the 80% range. Now, if you were to try a supervised approach or a weekly supervised approach, basically, I think what you should be trying is sort of rules that look at the garbage, as you said, because anything else would sort of like any normal supervised rule that you might come up with. I guess my impression is that by its very structure, it's sort of only going to look at positive test cases and not look at the negatives, right? I don't know if you can comment on that.
I'm not sure if I understood. So certainly the supervised, the corpus of merges, for instance, that I encoded had positive and negative cases in, and any rule, the rule learning paradigm, the example I had shown. So I'm sorry, why don't you rephrase your question before I...
You want to rephrase it?
Yeah. So why wouldn't...
Well, my basic question is basically having to do with how you would approach the problems that would occur at the 80% level. And
Okay.
because I think that these are, maybe you said this already, but that they're very different from the ones at the 20% level.
Yeah, it's essentially with this metric. I mean, if